Alright, when you're ready, please introduce yourself, introduce the round, give me a countdown for the timer, and we'll get started.
Lovely, thank you for having me. My name is Garlips. I'm an alleged speedrunner, and I'm here today to play, two games for you. You're spoiled, you lot. First off is going to be Masquerade, which is a lovely little free game that you can go on Steam and get right now. It's free, And the speedrun is kind of quite fun and short, so it's definitely worth picking up if you like what you see here today. So, I will get us started and then I'll explain as we go. So the timer is going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Now, unfortunately, it's a crime. We're going to be skipping cutscenes today because, of course, we're speedrunners and we want to go fast. Which means you will miss out on a lot of the actual story of the game. But I can kind of sum it up for you. We are playing as Romeo and we are trying to get to Juliet. Just like William Shakespeare imagined it to be in a sort of like 2.5D puzzle platformer. I think that's what he was going for.
Where are you, Juliet?
And there are several kind of puzzles that we need to do along the way, as well as skipping all of these cutscenes. Most of the puzzles are like this. They are wheels that we need to turn. And then we need to be in the right place for the next room. But there is kind of a narrator who's been helping us against this dastardly figure that we've met upon entering the play here. And we're going to find out later on that, spoilers, the narrator is actually the evil guy that we've been seeing, who keeps moving Juliet away from us. Every time we get close enough to Juliet, she disappears again. Right, so we're just going to avoid these red lights. The rest of the game is pretty much about avoiding these red lights, but we can actually skip a cycle here by running forward very fast. The game kind of wants you to wait there, but if you push left, you can kind of manage it just in time. Here, you can see that I've got two sets of wheels on the same cog. They line up with this one, and then we rotate. And the whole thing is kind of... you can see here that it's a play that people are watching. Which is why I submitted it for this particular speedrun marathon. But eventually, we're going to break out of the bounds of the theatre itself and go backstage. So look forward to that. This is all cycle-based. That first one, we have to wait for 2. This one, the longest one, there's a pause after the longest one. So we just run on ahead. This third one, we have to rotate the door to send the light behind it, like that. If you get caught in these lights, by the way, you just have to restart the section that you're on. So we wait here for 1. We wait here for a second one. Oh no, it's gone. I'm getting my cycles mixed up. So, onward we go. Next puzzle. It involves turning wheels. You may be noticing a pattern. There we go. So long as you're in the right region, it'll kind of like there's a grace period either side where it'll kind of like just fall into place. If you're not quite right, if you're like 95% of the way there. But now we are backstage. You can notice we've moved from like a side-scrolling thing into a fully 3D thing. But we have not escaped the puzzles that involve rotating circles. So, I got introduced to this game. Tiny little minor plug for myself. I organise a bunch of speedrun races as part of another group. And during our last season of these races, we had what's called a mystery race, where the players who are racing the games have never seen the games before. They're playing them for the very first time in the race, which is great fun. And we usually have like 2 or 3 games that the runners have to go through. This was one of the games that we had in one of our mystery races. It was chosen by Olive, who's a fantastic speedrunner in her own right. And even though I wasn't the one racing this game, I was commentating. I kind of picked it up afterwards and gave it a playthrough, and I was like, yeah, this is actually quite enjoyable. It's not too taxing. It's a fun little speed game. It's quick as well, which is the main thing. In this section, we're moving boxes so that we don't get hit by the red light. In this part, you're supposed to move 2 boxes to bridge this gap. But if you get it just... Oh, and I did not get it right. Whoops. Oh, I knew I was going to die in this run. It's okay. If you put the box in just the right spot, you don't need 2 boxes, you only need 1. But of course, I managed to just miss it by a slither. It's okay. It only cost us about 10-15 seconds. It needs to be kind of perfectly in the middle, and I guess mine was a little bit too far to the left. Story of my life, lol. Right. That looks about right. No! Ah! Okay, nightmare. But don't worry, it's going to be fine. It'll be all right on the night. At this point, it would have been quicker for me to use the 2 boxes, but it's okay. It's scuffed, but it's still good. Right. Okay. That looks about right. Okay. Woo! That's what it's supposed to look like. Really loud part coming up, so protect your ears. That's as loud as it gets, don't worry. Okay, so we're coming on to another section now. There is a skip down here that you can do. I am not good enough at that skip, so I won't be doing it. But basically, you have to rotate a shadow of the gangway above so that you can avoid the red light. But you can actually kind of skip a section a bit. Oh, actually, that's the next section. We've got this bit to go first, where you just have to avoid a red light. This bit's really simple. The red light appears here, and then we follow it. Run all the way to this rotation dial here. Rotate this platform a bit like this. Run here and wait. We wait for the return of the red light. And then we go. And we should make it all the way to the right-hand side before the light returns. Very nice. So, onward we push. This is the section I was talking about. So you can see up there we've got the gangway above, blocking the light with a shadow. We want to have this configuration so that we can head round here.
I have to believe the narrator.
We push this box off.
Juliet needs me.
And then we want this one. Now, there is a bit where you can, if you just time it just right, you can basically run across that red part of the light there on the left and make it to the shadow. But I've not had much success with that skip yet, so we're not going to be... We already had a huge issue with the boxes. We're not going to be doing any more of that stuff. But the run is fairly straightforward from here, so not too much to worry about. Thank you, Mr. Matt Internet. It would be a PB if I hadn't messed up the boxes. I don't think it's going to be a PB today. But there is scope for our second run. Our second run coming up after this one. There's scope for a world record today. So I hope you're all suitably excited about that. And if you are excited about that, you really need to consider a donation. Because I've heard that donations make my luck better. And that's what I've heard. So you definitely want to get those in. Because there's a good chance. There's a good chance. Practice would have been one if I hadn't messed up a very simple part of the run. So yeah, this is the final section of the game. As you can see, we're back in the theatre. And we're now heading towards Juliet at the top of this area here. Don't worry, I will specify when time is coming up. Not yet. Not for another minute or two. We head over here until we see a red light. Then we head back. Up onto this lift platform. We touch the dial in the middle. Then we come back here. Wait for the light to disappear. Then we stand over here. And we'll be safe from the light here. You're supposed to use the dial in the middle to make this platform move here that I'm behind. but you actually don't need to do that if you know where to stand. That should be our final red light. You don't run off here early, because you can fall. Time is coming up. Time is coming up, and time. And we don't have to skip this cutscene because we're done with the run. So we'll take the applause. And now I will skip the cutscene just because it's very loud. This was Masquerade. As you can see, it's a fun little run. It's not too long. It's very short. And, yeah, unfortunately, no singing today. But, well, who knows? The night is young. Please do consider a donation if you haven't already. I'm going to be up next with another run. I guess we'll head and get that ready for you now. But yeah, this was a pleasure. Shout outs to Struggle R, the racing series that I do, and where I discovered this game. And yeah, it's free, made by a team, I believe, like a games development group at a university. And I will say, for the record, I've played quite a few of these free games released by universities from people doing video game design courses. They've all been really good. So maybe the future is bright for game development. Who knows?
All right, so thank you very, very much for that run, guys. Very interesting indeed, and very musically orientated. Very, very fitting for our event to raise money for Tip Top Productions. We've had a donation in
Ooh.
from Mr. Matt Internet, £5 donation. Garlips told me that he likes to stalk prey animals, which optimizes his ability to personal best and get world records. Go, go. We're holding you to that, Matt. So if Garlips does not get a world record, we will be punishing you for it. And he's put that donation also towards killing the animals in Super Metroid 104%. So we will, at the moment, kill the animals is winning. So if anybody would like to donate towards that poll and save the animals instead, then by all means, please put the donation towards save the animals, or you can strengthen kill the animals if you want to kill the animals instead as well. So at the moment, kill the animals is on £5, save the animals is on 0. So if you'd like to donate towards one of those options, be sure to add it to your donation as well. !donate in the chat on Twitch. There's a link in the description on YouTube, pinned chats everywhere and all the places. There's lots of places where you can find a link to donate. And the donations will go to Tip Top Productions at the end of the event, the current running total being £154.69, which is absolutely incredible. But keep those donations coming in, please, because it does go to really good cause. Right then, Garners, I think you can get started in a minute with preparing for Adorable Adventures. We'll put the intermission screen back on very briefly, and then we'll make our way over to Adorable Adventures. But before we do that, I just do want to mention the run after Adorable Adventures is gonna have to be changed, unfortunately. Shot2 has had some internet issues today, and sadly they have not been resolved. And as such, the Ghost Runner Any Percent Inbound run that is supposed to take place after Adorable Adventures Any Percent is no longer going to be going ahead, and instead we will be having another run in its place. I will get the name of that momentarily.
Oh, that is a shame, but shout outs to Shotu. He's a great runner.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. It's the all action stages. So Water Blitz, I think, is going to be. It's probably going to be Sonic Adventures DX then, and all action stages with all the characters. So that will be taking its place instead with a slightly lower estimate, but it'll take up that slot quite nicely. So very sorry that Shoto obviously cannot be at InstaSpeedathon this time, because he is a very regular runner at InstaSpeedathon. He's almost always at every InstaSpeedathon event, so it's a great shame that he's unable to make it today. Unfortunately, his internet's been down all day, and there's no indication at the moment that it will be back up and running before the event. So very sad, unfortunately, that cannot go ahead as planned. But we do have a backup run to have in its place. So we will have something to showcase instead. But in any case, we are now going to go over to Adorable Adventures Any Percent. We'll go to the intermission screen first, play some music for you all. Keep those donations coming in as well, so that we can have a lot of money to donate to Tip Top Productions at the end of the event once everything's been processed. But for the next few minutes before Garrett comes back, we'll see you all momentarily.